Well, Penn State is the biggest embarrassment in college football now. Let's talk about that next.
Love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no I'm funded. Play the game like it's nothing. I'm always thankful for something. Don't take for granted, stay humble. Now wake up! It's time to look at the enemy. Look in the mirror if he is no friend to me. It's not working out, maybe it's the chemistry. It's time to break up so I can make a better me.
It is lunchtime.
Still need to record that.
Olive. So we're here. It's lunchtime. Yesterday we tried to stay on the air as long as we could to see the announcement. They made it go so long we had to get back to work.
Shout out to Chase.
And so anyway, yes, Jay Birch, it is Rudy on the thumbnail.
Oh.
Yes. I sent it to Lynette of Rudy is a superhero, and she loved it.
I'm sure.
And got to have a nice conversation with Lynette this morning. So that's always a good thing.
100% good people.
Where do I want to start today? I want to start with, if you guys didn't see, our very own Kat is back. She has uploaded a status video. A get ready with me video, I think is what the kids are calling it.
That is what it is. I watched it yesterday.
And to update everybody about where she is in her relationship stuff again. So looks like she's back and we'll probably be doing some shows. But you know what kills me is now that I have her video has been uploaded. We uploaded some stuff to Instagram. Now Lauren Khalil pops up in my algorithm. Why does that have to happen?
Those two things are not the same.
They are not.
They're just not. That's funny though.
I know they both have done relationship as shows.
Right. But that's about where it's, and they both do CrossFit. That's about where it stops.
Yeah. So now I'm getting all the Lauren Khalil videos. Awesome to see her again. Hey, Lauren, how you doing?
Hi, Lauren.
But yeah, pop back right up now that I've loaded all those up. It's weird how Instagram works.
The algorithm is something else, dude.
Before we dive into the big news, I was watching the spin last night, and I have to have this conversation with you.
Oh.
So you never know what's going to get me fired up watching that show.
Just the fact.
Is it the banter? Is it what they said? And they were talking last night. Someone in the chat compared the spin or Brian's spin to Ray Barone.
Oh, yeah.
For people who don't know who Ray Barone is, he is the character that Ray Romano plays on Everybody Loves Raymond.
Yeah, that was Buford did that.
Well, it's not pertinent to the argument.
Yeah,
that I have going on.
Gotcha.
And then John went off about why would you ever use the character? Just say Ray Romano. Well, I can see that in that specific case because Ray Romano, the person, and Ray Barone, the character, are pretty damn similar. Right.
Very close. Yeah.
But when you're using analogies or comparisons with people, it is very dependent sometimes on the character that person is playing. So they tried to use Brad Pitt and I believe his character from Fight Club.
No, it was it'll come to me in a minute. It wasn't Tyler Durden. It was somebody else. It was another Brad Pitt character. From Inglourious Basterds.
Okay. So that makes my point exactly, right? Brad Pitt plays a completely different character in Inglourious Basterds that he does in Fight Club. and using the character name could be pertinent to the comparison or the story.
That is correct. Yes, Aldo
Right.
Rain.
Outer Ring, yes. Yes. So them saying that you should use the real person name instead of the character name, it is all dependent on the story you're telling and what imagery you want to put in the audience's mind.
Absolutely.
Right.
Aldo Rain is not Brad Pitt. Brad Pitt plays Aldo Rain, but Brad Pitt is Brad Pitt, and Aldo Rain is Aldo Rain.
Right.
Yeah.
And
No,
Brad
100
Pitt in Inglourious Bastards and Brad Pitt in Fight Club and Brad Pitt in Ocean's 11 are completely different characters.
100%.
And depending on the imagery that you want to portray, you're going to go with the character that best suits that story.
On a tangent of that, Brad Pitt in as Rusty in Ocean's 11 is one of my favorite Brad Pitt characters ever. I just like.
I
one
love
of
that
my
he's
favorites.
always eating a sandwich.
He's always eating something.
Right.
Every time he comes on camera, he's it doesn't matter what it is. It's fantastic.
Mickey from The Snatch is my spirit animal.
You like Dags?
Yeah, so Jay Birch, use the character name. Now sometimes you want the story is the person and then it fits, right? But
Yeah.
generally when you're telling a story and you're trying to get imagery, you go with the character name.
That's what I would do. I mean, if I'm talking about, oh Lord, if we stay on the Brad Pitt thing, like if I'm talking about Rusty, I'm talking about Rusty. I'm not talking about Brad Pitt.
Right.
Or comparing somebody to that, then I'm comparing them to that character, to what he did, not to actual Brad Pitt. Because first of all, I don't know shit about Brad Pitt. I know a whole lot about Rusty. I know a whole lot about Aldo Rain. I know a whole lot about Tyler Durden, but I don't know much about Brad Pitt except that he was married to Angelina Jolie for quite some time, and he
That he
built some
was.
houses. And he built some houses in New Orleans after Katrina. That's about where it starts and stops.
And
No
Ocean's
way nobody
11 is
cares.
maybe in my top 5 movies of all time.
Dude. Why do they always pick?
There are so many little intricacies in that tell what really happened when you go back and watch it the second time. And I've probably seen it 20 times.
Well, I've seen it at least that many times.
When I had cable, every time it was on, I stopped.
Why do they always paint hallways that color? They say taupe is very soothing.
And Casey Affleck and there's the characters in that are so free. Don Cheadle's character is so unique. The Scott Conn and Casey Affleck are freaking insane. The whole thing, like every bit character adds depth and color to that movie.
100%. 100%.
So anyway, I just had to get that off my chest.
No, I'm with you 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
And we always dive into that kind of stuff. And so that's why I wanted to talk to it with you.
Well, I mean, it just makes sense. Oh, Tom Hagen. Yep.
Tom Hagen is very different from Gus McCrae.
It's very different from I don't even remember what his name was in Days of Thunder, but it's one of my favorite movies too.
I don't know who that is, man.
Oh yeah, you do.
Is it Robert Duvall or is it?
Yes, Robert Duvall.
Okay. Yeah.
Robert Duvall is awesome.
His character in Days of Thunder is freaking amazing. And
you can't come in right now. What? Why not? We're eating ice cream.
Yeah.
We still to this day, I tell people, look, 50 laps your way, 50 laps my way. You give me an honest run, and I guarantee you, I'm gonna beat you.
Yeah.
I say that coaching. I use that when I'm coaching sometimes. Like, you do this workout your way, and you do it my way, and I guarantee you, I'm gonna every single time.
Yeah, it's funny. The first time I ever did Grace RX, I was just starting CrossFit. I thought I can clean and jerk 135 pounds. And the coach is like, you really should scale this. Like to get the stimulus we're looking for, you need to scale this. I'm like, yeah, but I can do this. And like I was very argumentative, and I'm generally not that way. And the coach is like, okay, let's see how this goes. Basically, like you do it your way, and then when you're done, we'll talk about it, and then you're going to end up doing it my way. And 17 minutes later, after many fails, yeah, I was not ready for RX.
As it turns out, I probably should have listened.
Yeah, the coach kind of knew what he was talking about.
Yeah. Harry Hogg. Yep.
Yeah. All right. Well, Vicky joined, so now we can talk about the real stuff.
Oh, thank God. We were waiting for her to get here.
Yeah. It's hard to hold on the show for so long, but she finally made it.
I'm glad.
So there was a big announcement yesterday, and that is that the age groups and adaptive athletes are going to be competing in San Jose the week of the CrossFit Games.
At roughly the same time as these.
So the masters are going to go, they're going to have their own show for 3 days, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, the week of the CrossFit Games. They will be at the convention center. It is I have it here, the McHenry Convention Center in San Jose, California. It is, according to Amanda Harry, who lives in that area, it is 0.8 of a mile from the SAP Center.
Oh, okay. Right down the street.
Yeah. So less than a mile. We're all CrossFitters. We can walk 0.8 of a mile.
Pretty sure.
With that then comes Friday, and then the teens, the adaptive, and the elite are all going to go on those 3 weeks.
I missed that part of it yesterday. Okay, that's different.
So there's been confusion because when Heather Lawrence was saying it on the podcast, it merged and sounded, and Barbell Spin reported that they're all going to be at the SAP Center. I don't think that's physically possible.
No, I'm going to tell you it ain't.
Because the biggest beef with the adaptive being at the games was their floor setup has to be completely different than the elite athletes because of the wheelchairs and the different equipment they have to get on the floor.
Just accommodations, right? To make the accommodations for them being on the floor. Yeah, absolutely.
Right. So my guess is that the teens and the adaptives will be at the convention center going simultaneously while the elites are going on at the SAP Center. That makes the most sense to me.
Yeah. I mean, I don't see why they would have it. They're not gonna do it the opposite way, right? They're not gonna swap out and
right.
The elites go into the convention center. So yeah, that makes the most sense. I do think it's interesting and point for us old athletes that ours is going to be completely separate as far as time domain is concerned, right? Like there's not going to be anything else going on. You want to watch the Masters, you can go and just watch the Masters while it's happening. I think that's pretty cool. And I'm assuming that for the reason they do it like they did is because everything's going to be at that place, the convention center. So you want to watch the teens and the adapters? Okay, cool. You're going to have to make a choice.
Andrew Sten, I've been told other divisions might do 1 or 2 events at the SAP Center. What I could see is like highlighting some of the divisions, like say the 35 to 39, the 40 to 44, go to the SAP Center to do one event. The teens, it's only 4 divisions, have them go do an event at the SAP Center. adaptive. There's no way you're getting 16 different divisions to go to the SAP Center to do an event. It would have to be a highlight of, lower extremity, blah, 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 upper extremity.
Yeah,
blah,
pick
blah,
a thing. It'd have to be pick a thing. Like, okay, we're going to showcase these guys right here. Like you said, God bless them for all of that. That separate programming, dude. The more you think about that stuff, 16 different divisions, you got to write 16 different workouts, but make them all the same.
Yep. I mean, if you've watched the last couple of years, they've done a great job. Like Bill Grunler kills that as sitting there all day through all those divisions.
Bill's a boss, man.
And all of the different setups with the rowers, the setups with the bikes, the setups, and how they have to do all that. It's insanity. And that's why this can't happen, Jonathan. They can't flip-flop back and forth. In Madison, they only allowed 5 of the divisions of adaptive athletes to show up at Madison because that's what could work on the floor at the same time. None of the wheelchair divisions got to go because it just is too much to set up and tear down. Where if you have the convention centers, if you've been to the age group games in the last couple of years, they have multiple floors. They can have an adaptive dedicated floor that switches in and out and a teen floor that is just a straight setup.
From what you said last year at right there by your house, they could have had the adapters in there as well because there was enough room in that place, right in Columbus. They could have had everything going on.
There was so much unused space in what they had last year, which is insane because the crowds around the floors were so big you couldn't even get like a sight line at times. So I hope those crowds remain and maybe grow in San Jose because people will go for both now instead of having to pick between the two. 2 different trips is too much to ask for a CrossFit fan. But if you're all going to the same place at the same time, people will go watch both. And the smart part about this is that big masters group are fans of CrossFit. And when they are done competing, they're going to move over and watch the elites. And then your crowds are going to get bigger.
Yeah, absolutely. I like what Vicky says right there.
While elites are at the ranch on Thursday, masters can use SAP. What's hard to tell though, Vicky, is the dates of the CrossFit Games still for the elites are just the Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
They are, but old Dave Castro did say that yes, those are the hard dates, but we can work with that.
Right, but you don't know if they have access, how much access they have to the SAP Center to set up for that weekend, and do they have time to get it done to bring in the masters on Thursday? Right. I understand Jar Jar loves CrossFit. Those are the dates for the SAP Center. Vicky is saying bringing the masters athletes in on Thursday. That
just
is
for the final
for the SAP Center. We don't know what kind of logistics all of that is.
It's just for the final. Like that's what I would think. Like you have most of the stuff over here, and then for the final, you get to go back on the floor where the elites are going to be the following day.
Jake says, I don't see anyone can find negatives here, but I'm sure they will.
Absolutely, they will. You can bet people if there's a chance somebody bitch about it.
Right here, last year, I got to sleep in my own bed and go to the age group CrossFit Games. Now I don't get to sleep in my own bed, and it's all about me.
Not only do you not have to can't sleep in your own bed, you need to extend your stay and reschedule your flights so that you can catch the masters before the elites.
Well, I haven't made flights yet, but I do have a hotel, but it starts on Wednesday. Now I'm going to have to back it up.
Crying shame.
Was Spin saying the vendor village would be hard to get to again? I didn't watch all of the Spin last night. I was so tired. So I don't know. I'm assuming I don't know. If Vendor Village is in the if I'm CrossFit, I put the Vendor Village in the convention center. I probably have enough room to really ramp it up. I have that space already using it for adaptives and age group and masters. Just go ahead and set up the Vendor Village there. It's 0.8 of a mile. 0.8 of a mile.
It's just not that close.
Jake tells me, you poor thing. I know.
You poor baby. You can't sleep in your own bed.
I know. It's all about me. It's all about me.
I think the only part of
they'd be doing something Thursday not open to the public. I completely agree with all of those assessments that there will be probably something at the ranch on Thursday, but it doesn't mean that it opens up the SAP Center on that day. The SAP Center is scheduled from Friday to Sunday. There has to be a lot of setup done, and we don't know how much in advance they have to set up that location. Those are logistics we don't know and can't know at this point. Heather Lawrence probably knows. Dave Castro probably knows. But we don't at this time.
I'd say it's a safe bet. Dave probably knows.
But you might get better cred, Scott. Well, it's still run by legends. The Masters piece is still run by legends. I don't have a great relationship with them. I thought I had built one. Apparently it didn't happen. But I have a great relationship with CrossFit right now. If they remain in charge, I'm confident I'll get good creds for that. I don't know. It's going to be, that's the other piece, right? It's Masters by Legends, Teens by Pitt, Adaptive by Wheelwad. The three organizations that have been running those three events are still running those events, meaning programming is probably going to be done by them, meaning that the setup is going to be done by them. But I don't know how it's all going to work from like a revenue stream of sponsorships, attire, all of that stuff, all being done in the same location. Larry Young, I'm like, this is pretty good, trying not to nitpick it. Yeah. Honestly, I've wanted the festival feel again. I think that's important at this state of where CrossFit is today. You need all of those people there to make it look busy, to have the crowds come in. Speaking to Masters athletes, they always love when they're with the elites at the same place at the same time. So I know the athletes love it. From a media perspective, it's one trip for us instead of several. So yeah.
I really don't see much of a downside at all. The festival field thing, dude. So now it starts on Tuesday and runs all the way through the weekend. And there's something going on every day. Masters events. Once you get the weekend, there's the wheel wad and there's the teams and then the elites are going. Like there's something happening every single day. So like it's going to keep people engaged. People that get there early that want to just hang out in San Jose, they can go, and it's going to be good for the town. It's going to be good for, this is a big thing, dude. That's lasts pretty much an entire week. I don't see much of a downside really at all.
Can we start a betting pool? Will there be something at the ranch or not? The odds on that are so in the favor of it happening. Like I don't know who would take the other side of the bet.
It'd be a good Heat 1 bet. Oh, there's people out there that would take that bet. Oh man.
Larry, because your show hammers the shit out of their programming. Listen, I refrained from hammering them until I got screwed this year with Access. I got them things that they didn't have before because I live here. I got them contacts with people to help save them money, and none of that was received with any kind of scratch my back, scratch your back. So yeah, I'm bitter about it, and I'll admit it. And so my take on what they've done is has that as yeah. as a bias. I'm going to say it. It's my bias. But our show's not the only one that hammers the hell out of their programming. Go to anybody else and they hammer the hell out of their programming.
Go ask Bill and Chase about it.
Jake, they should have a live music stage with no country music whatsoever. Just EDM and whatever Dave listens to.
I would be shocked to learn that Dave actually listens to music on a regular basis. He just doesn't seem like the type.
He's a big Post Malone fan. He's admitted it.
Get out of here. Really?
Mm-hmm. And he actually knows Post Malone.
Post Malone seems like one of the kindest dudes on the face of the planet.
Meredith says Sharpie in regard to an event at the ranch. I love that you pull our game show over. Frida says both ranch and a beach would be a better bet.
Not going to the beach.
No way are they doing an ocean swim.
Not happening. Not happening. Not getting anywhere closer to the water than wherever however far the SAP center is away from the water. It's about as close as they can get. Yeah, not this year.
Larry, it's not because it's heavy. It's because it has no gymnastics at all.
So?
And I talked to Boz at the games last year, the age group games, and said, you don't even have a gymnastics event until event 7. And then event 9 is after the cut. So you have 2 gymnastics events and one half the field doesn't even get to do. That was my biggest complaint about their programming. Not that it was heavy. You're quoting Jamie, not me.
Which, to be fair, Jamie's gonna complain about no matter what it is, about she can't do it, blah, blah, and she goes out and smashes whatever it is. So that's just her nature.
Dave listens to screaming men in his headphones. Dave is the father of a teenage girl. I was the father of a teenage girl. I am telling you that takes over your playlist completely. I still have all my Spotify daddy-daughter mix.
I have an entire playlist on mine just called Jameson's playlist because it's stuff that I put on for whenever she's in the car with.
And that daddy-daughter play mix is just songs we both agree on.
Yeah.
It was like, okay, we can both tolerate this one. We can both tolerate that one. And
dude, she got a hold to it and started adding added some ridiculous amount of Taylor Swift songs without telling me or asking me rather. And I went to put it on one day and some Taylor Swift song came on. I'm like, whoa, what is this? She started laughing. She's in the back seat. I said, what is happening right now? And I skipped it and another one came on. So if you got that thing on random and you skip and the same artist comes back up, there's a lot of that on there.
Oh yeah.
I went to start scrolling through. I was like, bro, what did you do? She's like, Daddy, I put some Taylor Swift on there. I'm like, this is not some, bro. This looks like all of it. But we're not doing that.
The entire Eras tour on there?
I more or less. Yeah. More or less. There's a ridiculous amount of it. Way more than I am prepared to listen to. I'll put it to you like that.
Post used to come shooting with my old boss. That's cool. Seema, I like Spicy Scott. I've been a lot this show allows me to be more spicy and I love it. I love that I have the freedom to just be that way. They did have ring muscle ups though. Okay. They also had, I don't want to rehash the age group games. My kids listen to Korn and Sleep Token.
That's a wild combination of things, by the way, because I don't think Korn's put out a new album in freaking 20 years.
Yeah. Yeah. My the one of kind of my era stuff, she liked Linkin Park and she liked Shinedown. So I can work with that into our playlist together.
I can work with that.
A lot of it. Then I also have Jonas Brothers and gosh, I don't even know who else anymore.
I had to put I say had to. I put some stuff on there that I knew she would like. Put some stuff on there that she discovered that she liked. Then I had to put some stuff on there that she asked me to, which was like the duck song and uh, some other like straight up kid stuff. I mean, she was 7 at the time when I made it, or 6.5 actually.
My kids were raised on Green Day. I like some Green Day.
The first album, absolutely, or say the first album, Dookie was fantastic. If you could have worn out a CD,
Dookie to American Idiot, I like.
but
Post American Idiot, I'm a little bit.
nice, Dookie.
Well, I was lucky my daughter was predominantly into old school artists like Queen and Tom Petty. Thank God. Yeah, my daughter got into Queen like when we were collecting. So we both collect vinyl. And she like has the whole Queen collection.
Nice.
And I don't have any Queen because it's too damn expensive for me to pay for it. And you can't ever find it used because it's hard to get. She was
nobody
work over
people
her.
that have it. People that have it aren't selling it. They ain't coming up off of it.
No. How about Greg Glassman yesterday dogging all of my favorite groups from high school? Saying that 24-hour fitness, crunch fitness were like Journey, Styx, and Boston. All the same. And of course, I'm a vinyl of all three of those bands.
First of all, Styx is not like either one of those two. I'll give him Journey and Boston being similar, but Styx, that's a whole progressive rock like thing going on. That's a whole different type of.
Yeah. Greg wasn't lying, and I love those bands. Same, Scott. David Reed to Vicky, that's called solid parenting.
Kids only know what you teach them until they leave your house and get exposed to other stuff. Once they get friends that were like, you should listen to this, then it's all downhill. But if you start them young, listening to the stuff that is good that you want them to listen to, that's what they're going to know.
Yeah. Yeah. Good parenting.
100%. Solid parenting.
I don't even know whether to put this up or not.
You have to read it if you do, because it took me a second.
Freddie Mercury's Russian husband was called Love to Suck 'Em Off.
That's it.
Vicky, haha, yeah. It led to discovering the Beatles and so much more on her own. Yeah, my daughter loved the Beatles. But my daughter was a musician. Like we've talked about this on the show. She was saxophone, flute player. She taught herself ukulele, keyboards.
We went through. I went and saw a cover band called 1964. That was just straight up Beatles stuff, and they did like they had a couple of other different intermissions, and they come back out dressed as like they started off, with the bowl cuts and whatnot, and then they would come out and they ended up with like Sgt. Pepper stuff. It was phenomenal. It was one of the best, still to this day, one of the best shows I've ever seen. I was like, reminded me of how much I actually like this Beatles music is pretty cool. Then I saw Across the Universe, which is a musical.
Oh yeah.
That everybody does their own singing on. They work the songs into they use the songs to tell the story. Dude, that is some good stuff right there. That is some real good stuff right there.
It was a little too trippy for me. It went it moved a little more into like the hallucinogenic era of the Beatles.
Mm-hmm. Once they got into that part of it.
But yeah, I mean, I get it. It was good.
I just enjoyed it because I like the way that I like the takes that they did on the music. Like when they changed "I Want to Hold Your Hand" into a ballad, sang by that little girl. Like that was fantastic. And then some of the other stuff, and then like the little cues in there, because Maxwell's walking around, he's got a silver hammer in his hand at one point. It's Maxwell's silver hammer. It's fantastic.
Chattanooga, did you guys watch any of Pedro with Brute? I could not. I tried. The background music and the mics cutting in and out because of it was like messing with me so bad. I did
Yeah.
get that they announced that the team that coaches Amy Kringle is moving over to Brute. So half of Blueprint is leaving Blueprint to go to Brute is kind of what I got from it.
You got more than I did. When I figured out I couldn't, I had the same thing. Like the audio was messed up with me. And I was like, I'm not trying. I'm not listening.
Yeah, but
I
then
love Adrian to death, but
I couldn't, like, when you get into podcasting and if you read about like what it means to like have a good podcast, they tell you that audio is so much more important than video.
oh yeah,
People will sit through a blurry screen if your audio is good. People will not sit through horrible audio with good video.
no. Well, same thing. You can sit there and look at somebody and they're just frozen, but if their sound's still going, it's not that bad. Because at least you can still follow what's happening if you have sound. Not so much if you don't. As long as you have sound, you ain't got no sound, you don't have a show.
And Enola Kai is coming with them too. Thank you, Seema. And then Chattanooga, I did hear they have talked with Proven about doing an athlete camp thing, possibly. I'll believe that when I see it, because like getting to know Carolyn better, she is so protective of her scores, of her where she's at in the season. She keeps all of that so close to the vest. Like she does not let any of that out. And I know that that is shared by many of the athletes in the space. And so if you're bringing in some of those heavy hitters from Proven and now Brute, I cannot imagine like Emma Lawson and Amy Kringle wanting to share where they're at with Kyra and Maddie Sturt and that group. I just can't. Now, I think men are much more inclined to share that. Like when you see like Dallin and Jason and Colton competing head to head with Taylor, like they were all willing to share that and let everybody know where they're at. I think it's much harder to get women together to do the same thing.
Not even close. If you've ever coached girls once in your life, you will understand. It's not the same. It's not the same, man. Not by a far stretch.
Because I've tried to put together like an open throwdown or something, and man, to get two. Now Jamie would do it in a heartbeat. Jamie does not care. Jamie's willing to throw down a number. You try to match it. But man, some of the other people I've talked to, and let's be honest, like Carolyn has placed in the open a couple times, and that's the one place you can earn money during the CrossFit season.
Yeah.
Until like now, like NorCal putting up some cash for their semifinal. What, 20 grand for the winner this year?
I think that's what it said. Yeah.
Up until the season or these last couple seasons, you couldn't make any money at semifinals. It was $5 grand.
Which barely covers your trip.
Right.
Still to this day, the funniest thing that Jamie's ever told me was at MFC in 2023 after she did the workout that I did previously that I won my heat in, and she's laying on the floor and about to die, and she looks up and she says, "Dude, I beat you." I started laughing. I was like, "Yeah, I mean, you're a female, and we're not even in the same age division, and you're an elite, and I'm an RX, but yeah, 100%, you definitely beat me."
Yeah, everything's a competition to that woman.
I love it, dude. I love it. Absolutely
Everything.
love it. Oh,
I swear to God, like we debate on the road, and that's a competition.
I bet.
How about Holly just jumped in for a quick hello? How about the graphics she put together on the CrossFit Games season?
I've gotten no less than 3 messages from her after she invited me to collaborate and then said, "I'm sorry, I had to change something. Holly, stop apologizing to me." And to Scott, for that matter, because I'm going to go ahead and speak for him because I know how he feels about that. You are putting stuff out that is absolutely phenomenal pieces of work. Please stop apologizing if you have to change something.
It
It's
is
gonna
the
be okay.
entire season for each division on one square Instagram post.
It's amazing.
And you just you scroll through and it's every different division and you can see how it all works out.
It's easy to read. It's easy to see. Like,
it's not
can't
3
be.
font like some
Correct.
people like to use.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I will stop apologizing. An apology for apologizing.
100%.
Her email newsletter is great too. I didn't even know she did an email newsletter.
That is the first I've heard about it. What is this, Holly?
What are you keeping secret from us?
For real? Is it only an email for SEMA? Is that it? Is that SEMA's email newsletter? What the hell?
She doesn't. Though I suppose I could. And now she'll apologize for not having one already.
For not having an email newsletter. Yeah, I thought I could put something like that together. Work it together in 20 minutes. Like Killer rewrote the entire freaking WFP season in an hour.
Secret SEMA group chat. There it is.
Take us like, yeah, whose emails you gonna
have
get?
To find it.
Yeah, that you're probably gonna have to find it because according to Holly, she never sent it. So good luck with that.
Telepathy runs deep with them.
Apparently so.
All
That's
right.
hilarious. That's good shit right there. I don't give a damn what anybody says. That's funny.
Well, I'm going to finish up with, because I've just been talking about them all week. Penn State is the biggest embarrassment in college football. They were the first to fire a coach. They're the only ones out there without a head coach going into signing day yesterday. We had National Signing Day, no coach. Apparently, according to a report on ESPN this morning, they have no plan in place. They have no idea where they're going. They actually have 2 separate search groups. One, the boosters are searching their candidate. The AD is doing his own separate search for his candidate. This is when we have way too much money in college football. Wow. When the boosters have that much say, it was described that their search is like taking off in a plane and trying to assemble the landing gear while in midair.
That seems difficult. Probably not something I would recommend. I don't even fly planes, but that's bananas, dude. Like, holy smokes, that's banana.
So you have a guy 8 months ago who took you to the Final Four of college football to be a Final Four in a tight last 2 minutes of a game against Notre Dame, could have won, lost by one bad play, and now they have no coach going forward. And the coach they had found a job at another place before you could find his replacement.
Oh, somebody was fixing to hire him, 100%.
Oh, he went to Virginia. He went to Virginia Tech so fast.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, as soon as he got fired, I mean, that's what not outcry, but that's what everybody's saying is like, oh, he's gonna get a job like soon.
Well, and they had the number 1 recruiting class going into this season, this off season. Franklin leaves, poached the whole damn thing, and now Penn State's in the hundreds. Like, we're behind Clintonville Tech.
Baton Rouge, BRCC, Baton Rouge Community College.
Yep. What a freaking joke.
Or the one right by my house is community college I could walk to from my house, or PCC. River Parish is community college. They
just play flag football and have a better recruiting class.
100%.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, it's going to be a party in San Jose. I hope you guys come. I hope we can do some meet and greets this year with some people and kind of hang out. I think that'd be fun. And I got to get back to work. So I hope you guys get back to work as well. And we'll be back tomorrow for lunch with the Clydesdale. See ya.